Hey, what's up guys? Jeremy Donson here with thedrumprofessor.com. Today we're going to be doing More Than a Feeling by Boston. And if you guys like this video, please do be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, if you have any questions, that's why I'm here to help. Feel free to contact me on my website, thedrumprofessor.com, or just comment below with whatever questions that you may have. Also, if you haven't taken advantage of the free live one-on-one jam session with me, totally do so. Will be a huge help to you. All right, so here we go. We're going to take it from the top and go over the intro fill, the beat for the verse, and then the following fill. Let's check it out. Alright, so to start this, let's go over the intro fill. So first you're going to do flam, and then high mid, and then this fill. Alright, so doing it slowly, you got flam, high, mid, and then 4 snares. Okay? Then 2 on each tom. So flam, high, mid, 4 snares, 2 on each tom. 1 and 2, and a 3E, and a 4E, and a 1. 1 and 2, and a 3E, and a 4E. Now once you do the fill and you crash with the bass drum, you're going to switch to a rim knock. So now the way to switch to a knock, if you're not familiar with the knock, I'm going to go over how to hold it correctly, and if you are familiar, then we'll just make sure that you're doing it correctly. All right, so the easiest way to switch to a knock is just to gently set it on the drum and then just move your fingers from this position to this, right? So you don't want to have your fingers underneath the stick when you do a knock. So move them on the side and then extend your index finger straight like this. And then that is the correct grip for doing a rim knock. Now, to go over a little bit more in detail, just set the drumstick on the snare drum, put your hand flat over the stick, and then you're going to put your middle ring and pinky finger on the side, and then your thumb on the other side. So this is what it would look like. Since it's already laying on the snare, there's no way for you to get the fingers underneath unless you just lift the stick up. Then you have your index finger straight, and this is what it would look like. Now you want to be careful. You don't want your hand to be kind of like bowed out like this. You don't want there to be a big gap between the stick and the top and the palm of your hand. You want it to be kind of laying flat over it. Now when you go to play it, the butt of the stick is going to stay on the snare, and the back of your palm is going to stay on the snare as well. And when you lift, you just lift and just hit the rim with the where it starts to taper on the stick. So on the stick, you notice at some point it starts to go down to where it's not as wide anymore. It tapers off. So right there where it starts to get smaller in diameter, that's where you want to hit the rim. That's your sweet spot. If you hit it too close to the tip, doesn't really sound good. If you hit it too far down, doesn't really sound good either. But if you hit it just right, you get a nice clean knock sound. So in switching from it, you want to practice getting that smoothly without going like actually hitting the drum right on the way down. So I would just practice going from the fill, crashing into it, and switching to a knock relatively quickly. So okay, so once you get used to switching to the knock, now let's go over the next beat. So going from the crash with the bass drum So you're going to go crash and snare, bass, crash and snare, bass. Now once you kick that bass drum, here's what's next. Crash and snare, bass, and bass, snare, and. Now once you get comfortable with that, just work on speeding it up to tempo. Now once you get that up to tempo and with the music, you're going to play it 7 measures. And at the beginning of the 8th measure, you crash and then you pause for 6 counts. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so once you get to the 8th measure and you crash, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, start. You flam after 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the fill is going to go flam, high, mid, mid, floor. Now once you do that fill and you get it all put together, it's your next step. So going from the crash here, you're going to go bass, bass, snare, bass, bass, and bass, snare. So crash with the bass, crash, bass, snare, bass, bass, and bass, snare. On the end there, it's just some independence with the bass and bass snare. Make sure the bass is by itself. So crash, bass, snare. Then bass, bass. So crash, bass, snare, bass, bass. And then you have the and bass snare, independence with the bass drum. Just remember, keep your ride consistent. Don't change it. It's never going to change. It's always going to stay consistent. So, that's your first section. Crash, bass, snare, bass, bass, and bass, snare, and. Now after that, you're going to go bass, bass, snare, bass. Now here's the thing. When you listen to the song, if you listen very closely, you will hear the bass drum kick continuously, right? So it doesn't stop kicking on the end of this fill here. So it's going to go bass, bass, snare, bass, and you're going to hit the bass and snare together. Bass, bass, snare, bass. And then you got snare, snare, bass, snare, and crash. And there you have it. All right, so going over that fill one more time, you're going to do bass, bass, snare, bass. So your bass drum is going to hit on the first snare there, and then by itself, and then the next first of the next four snares. So snare, snare, bass, snare, and bass hits here. And then by itself, and then on the next snare, right? And then the next snare, the third snare. So snare, snare, bass, snare, E, and the bass hits there on and. Now, there's also one other thing you can do on this fill. You can also add a ride with the first snare starting the fill. So instead of going snare, snare, bass, snare, E, and you can go snare, snare, bass, snare, E, and you're going to want to double your left hand, like that. So just an extra option for you there. If you want to add that ride, you certainly can. So just going over your two options here, you have this one. Or with the ride. All right, and there you have the options on that fill and everything before it that we did as well. So guys, I hope this was very helpful for you. If you have any questions, as always, please don't hesitate to ask. And if not, then have fun, stay awesome, and rock on. Later, guys.